What if I told you life has no final reward, no ultimate victory, no higher meaning? Would you still keep pushing? Would you continue with the struggle, even knowing there is no final triumph? This is the story of Sisyphus, a man condemned to an endless, hopeless task, a fate that seems cruel, meaningless, and unrelenting. Push the boulder uphill, watch it roll back down, again and again, forever. Endless repetition, an eternal cycle, a punishment, or perhaps something else. Most would call it a curse, to work forever, to never rest, to be forced into an unending loop of failure. But Albert Camus saw something different. He saw freedom, freedom in the struggle itself, freedom in the act of rebellion. Camus described life as absurd, not because it is tragic, but because it defies logic. We search for meaning in a world that offers none. We chase after purpose, after goals, after something to hold on to. But the universe does not answer. It remains silent. And in that silence, we are left to confront the absurdity of existence. We are left to confront the reality that our search for meaning may never be fulfilled, that the universe is indifferent to our desires and struggles, that life is not an orderly process with a neat conclusion. Instead, it is a chaotic, unpredictable series of moments, some filled with joy, some with pain, and all of them fleeting. This is the absurd. It is the conflict between our yearning for meaning and the world's refusal to provide it. It is the awareness that no matter how hard we try, we may never find the answers we seek. But here's where Camus offers his revolutionary idea. Instead of despairing in the face of the absurd, we must revolt. We must live in defiance of the absurdity. But what does it mean to revolt? To rebel against something that cannot be changed. It means living fully in the present, not waiting for a final reward, not waiting for some greater meaning to arrive. It means embracing life as it is, in all its chaotic beauty, and finding joy in the struggle itself, in the climb. When Camus tells us to revolt, he is not asking us to fight the world itself. He's asking us to change the way we approach life, to stop seeing ourselves as victims of fate, to stop waiting for meaning to come from some external force. We must create meaning through our actions, our choices, our persistence. He writes, "The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart." And that is the essence of the rebellion Camus calls for. It is in the struggle, the pursuit itself, that we find our purpose, not in the end result. Imagine Sisyphus. Picture him standing at the base of the mountain, his boulder heavy in his hands, his muscles aching, the weight of the world on his shoulders. He pushes upward, up the slope, and as he reaches the summit, the stone slips from his grasp. It tumbles back down, and yet, in that moment, Sisyphus smiles. Why would he smile? Why would a man condemned to an eternal, fruitless task find joy? The answer lies in the act of rebellion itself. Sisyphus is not a prisoner of the mountain. He is its master. He chooses to push the stone, knowing it will fall. He chooses to climb, knowing he will never reach the top. In that choice, in that very defiance, he finds freedom. Freedom from the expectation of reward, freedom from the burden of waiting, freedom in the knowledge that, despite the odds, he is still alive, he is still striving. This is the happy Sisyphus. This is the person who accepts the absurd and finds meaning not in the summit, but in the climb, not in the end, but in the journey itself. We all have our own boulders to push. We all face our own struggles, our own challenges. But the true question is not whether or not the boulder will fall. The true question is, will we keep pushing? Will we keep climbing even when the path is steep and the summit is out of reach? If there is no ultimate meaning to life, then every moment we experience becomes infinitely precious. A sunrise, a single kind word, the quiet joy of a fleeting moment. These are not just small distractions. They are the moments that make life worth living. They are the meaning we create by choosing to be present in the struggle. You are not lost because the boulder rolls back down. You are not defeated because you must start again. Each time you begin again, you are choosing to live. You are choosing to face life with courage, with persistence, with hope. Life will never give you a final answer. There will be no ultimate resolution. But the way you respond to life is your choice. It is in how you meet the absurd, how you live through it, that defines you. You have the power to choose. You have the power to keep going, to keep pushing. So, what does it mean to live like Sisyphus? It means to reject the lie that life must have a final answer. It means to embrace the truth that life is a process, a struggle, a journey. And in that journey, in that perpetual climb, we find our freedom. We find our meaning. So, keep pushing, keep climbing. The meaning is in the struggle. The meaning is in the fight. Just like Sisyphus, you are free.